My name is Norma Maloney and I'm part of the Crime Stoppers FNQ volunteer organisation. I guess I was just like everybody else who was watching the weather and just keeping track of the cyclone, and probably not really aware that after the cyclone there was going to be so much rain that came behind it. And I was surprised as everybody else was. For me personally, I wasn't affected by the floods, apart from a leaky roof, which was very, very minor. It was just riding it out like everybody else was. After the event, it became apparent that there was a need for cleaning products. So it was really a response scenario. So through my business, I collected a lot of cleaning products, and people who were affected by the floods could come in and pick them up. Then it became apparent that there was more needed, and so I decided through Crime Stoppers FNQ that we would open up the RSL hall as a central collection point for donations. So things like kitchenware, clothes, personal hygiene stuff, toothpaste, shampoo, conditioner, all that kind of stuff, linen, cleaning products. And we just had it there for people who just needed to pick up some items, and we were just a source of being able to collect it in one hand and be able to distribute it in the other. So there's probably two elements to this. We've got the people that have been impacted by the floods, but we've also got the community, and there's lots and lots of wonderful people out there who were wanting to help, but they didn't know how to help. So with the hub that we had set up, it was almost like a channel of being able to give these people a way of being able to contribute. Now, whether that was donating products or whether it was just simply a way of donating a cash amount or getting a gift card. On the other side, you've got the flood affected residents who really, really needed a lot of help, and we were just really the people in the middle. So we were collecting items and then we were able to distribute them to the people who actually needed them. And it's through this whole process, you soon learn that there is a lot of people out there hurting, and there's not a lot of publicity about the Mareeba Shire. There is a lot about Cairns and further north, and I'm not saying that's not warranted, but we too have a lot of individuals in the Shire that are hurting just as much as those other areas outside of the Shire. So it's important that these sorts of video and promotional stuff that gets out there outside of this area to make people more aware that we also have been affected. And there's lots and lots of residents that still need help. They've been unsuccessful with insurance claims, they might be unsuccessful with grants, they still need a lot of help. Even just cleaning up. It's just the resilience and the strength that has been shown by these people is truly amazing. I mean, far north Queenslanders are renowned for resilience, but there is no other place I would rather be, because they just have this depth of strength that just amazes me. It's incredible. It was a very positive feedback. People were very thankful that they had an opportunity and a place to be able to donate to the cause. Some of the flood affected people that had actually come through the hall, I guess it was a way for them to be able to tell their story, and even if it was just for 15 or 20 minutes out of your day listening to what had actually happened for them, it was almost like they wanted to get that off their chest. It was almost a form of therapy. And for us, it doesn't cost anything to listen. And if that helped them get through that moment, it certainly doesn't take away the hurt that they're experiencing. But sometimes an ear to listen is very, very invaluable. So that I think is something else that we've been able to offer to the community. Lots and lots of sad stories that we've heard. I had one lady that took 2 steps inside the hall and just burst into tears. She was just so overwhelmed. She didn't even know where to start. But I think what's shone through though again is the resilience and the strength of these people. So on Saturday, we paired up and delivered hampers out to Hodzic Road, River Road, Bilwan Road, Sutherland Street, Kapini Road, and some of the stories that we listened to, some of the people that we spoke to, really is heartbreaking. And there was a gentleman there that he would have been in his mid to late 70s. So he's from a generation that generally doesn't show emotion. And he was holding back the tears. He was the sort of person that doesn't put their hand up for help. And I guess this is what I wanted to say, is that to these people who have been impacted, there is definitely help out there. But the only problem is you have to be prepared to put your hand up and ask for it. We now have a recovery worker who is Ciali Jenkins and works through the Mareeba Community Centre. And she is there, she's a lovely lady, and she will go out of her way to help. So it's important that the people who are impacted, even if they just need help with writing or doing grant applications, or just an ear to listen to, Ciali is absolutely wonderful. To be honest, it's been nearly 2 months since the hall was opened, and because the demand wasn't there, it seemed pointless to be unproductive and source out volunteers to have the hall open when it wasn't being utilised as best as what it could be. So at this stage, the hall has been closed down, and we're just finishing off delivering the rest of the hampers. But at this stage, that is probably all that we feel that would be productive for the flood relief at this stage. We filled a gap when there was a gap there, but now that we feel that there's a certain amount of authorities that have come on board, we don't want to be seen to be unproductive. It's a case of we now hand that over to the authorities who are perhaps more qualified than what we are to handle these sorts of things. So, yeah. To be honest, I think more government assistance is needed during and even now, more so. I think the powers that be, as in at state level and federal level, I know that they have visited the far north, but they certainly have not been in the Mareeba Shire. I'm not a political person and I'm not interested in getting into politics, but I think that it would have been and would be beneficial for them to actually come and have a look at these people who are still hurting. I certainly don't want the Mareeba Shire to be the forgotten pocket. There's lots and lots of people in the Mareeba Shire that still need help. And there's still places that I didn't even know had been impacted that I only found out at the end of last week, and there's more and more coming to light. And that's really sad because there's no official statistics out there. The way we delivered the hampers on Saturday was simply through a lot of local knowledge and just getting out there and talking to people and asking, how their neighbours fared, if they had any family affected. That's the only way that we actually found out that these people had been impacted. And, I've spent hours and hours talking to people. I've looked at maps, floodplain maps, just trying to source out as much information so that we can capture as many people as we possibly can. I also think that it's important that there is, earlier on in the piece, there should have been some sort of, from whoever, I'm not really sure who would have been tasked with this, but just people who go out to visit these people and do welfare checks on them and make sure that they are okay. I mean, we were very fortunate in this area that nobody lost a life. And, you know, that obviously is the most important thing, but next is their mental health. That's not to say that that's not going to come into play in the months ahead. And it's important that family, friends, reach out to these people and just make sure that they're okay, because that is where there's going to be the next impact, I think. So for people who have been impacted, I can only encourage you to reach out, because there is lots and lots of help out there. The starting point would be to go and see Ciali at the Mareeba Community Centre, and she will be able to assist you, and if she can't assist you, then she will direct you to the right place to go. So this covers things like your grant applications. If you're needing a few essential goods, please let Ciali know. Even things like if you're struggling, there are people out there that you can talk to, and Ciali will be able to help you connect with those people. And it's important that you do that. And you might not think that you need it, but for example, I was talking to a lady on Saturday and she felt that she was doing okay. But during the course of our conversation, she actually broke down. And she then sort of realised that maybe it would be beneficial for her to actually go and talk to somebody. So sometimes it's important to talk to qualified people who are able to assist a little bit more than perhaps what I can do.